What's going on, family? Another day, another day. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Being realistic, you have your up and downs during the day because you're constantly dealing with the flesh battling the spirit. You're constantly dealing with the flesh, battling the spirit. So it's like you're gonna have your ups and downs. It's windy out here and everything. You're gonna look at that. It's cloudy and windy. You're gonna have your ups and downs. But in the midst of having your ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stay joyful. Being happy all the time is kind of like unrealistic, like smiling, being happy all the time, because unfortunate things is gonna happen in your life that you don't have control over. And people will be like, why God me? Why God me? But everybody goes through it. Everybody goes through their path of suffering. Even those who are not chosen or who don't pick the righteous path, everybody who's birthed here on this earth is going through some type of suffering. You get what I'm saying? It just looks like the grass is greener on the other side. When you look at people, they look like they happy, they look like they living a life, and you're like, well, why am I going through the struggle? Why I don't have the things that other people have? You know what I mean? And sometimes things deal with bloodline. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes things deal with bloodline. You know what I mean? From what your great-grandparents did, what your grandparents did, what your mom did. Some things may be in your DNA, and sometimes it's up to you to break that generational curse. If you look at your family and see that everybody don't have fortunate things, you get what I'm saying, or nobody ever passed college, or no one's ever really been successful really in your family, then somewhere down the line, you got to break the generational curse. You know what I'm saying? Because it could travel from bloodline and bloodline. Experiences, traumatic experiences can travel from bloodline to bloodline, and it can affect your life if you follow into those footsteps, or if you put yourself around environments, because some things are uncontrollable. Some experiences are uncontrollable. You know what I mean? Like if you experience something as a child, or you know what I'm saying, and it's affected how you view things, what you grow into, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to break the generational curse. You can't let the environmental stimuli, or you know what I'm saying, induce things to make you act a certain way. You just got to know the grass ain't green on the other side. Everybody in this world is suffering and struggling. You know what I mean? For instance, look at Kanye West, a billionaire, a successful black man, and he's on the internet and he's venting. And you know what I'm saying? It just seems like, gotta pray for that man. He got all that money. You know what I'm saying? It's just like he just don't know where he want to be, and everybody go through that path. So it's not me, looking down on them or nothing. Everybody goes through that path, even from a rich man and stuff like that, just trying to figure it out where they want to be. You know what I'm saying? Certain people, have their faith in God one moment, and then certain people be in that new age consciousness, or, you know what I'm saying, tap into the Luciferian belief. You know what I mean? Because of their traumatic experiences. Even in that interview, I hear him talking about how they took his mom and stuff like that. And a lot of conspiracy theories on the industry and how people be doing blood sacrifices and stuff like that. Well, especially the black rappers and artists, is like somebody close to them ends up dying. You know what I mean? This is unrealistic, the way rappers are dying left and right. But, you know what I'm saying, rap mainly revolves around death. When you hear rap, all you hear about is killing. Or somebody I shoot them up, I spin the block, you know what I'm saying? F my ops, all this and that, and all that there. You know what I'm saying? And it just revolves around death culture. And because a lot of people listen to that frequency, it manifests. And the thing about it too is like, a lot of people who get successful and stuff like that, it's like a coincidence or something, right? That somebody around them dies. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody, no matter if you're rich, no matter if you're poor, you know what I'm saying? No matter you live in a mansion, no matter you live in a tent, everybody goes through a path of suffering on this earth. That's why you need God. Why suffer in vain? To suffer temporarily on this earth, to suffer for eternity. You know what I'm saying? In a dark place. Because of what other Christians are, what other people in religions done. Now you against religion. Now you against God because of what people have done to you. God didn't do this to you, but then you sit back and be like, well, why God allowing this to happen? Sometimes we don't look in the mirror. Sometimes we don't self-examine ourselves. Maybe God is trying to mature us. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't accept what God wants us to be, you know what I'm saying? But it's not for us, you know what I'm saying? We have the free will choice, yes, we do. But, you know what I'm saying? If we in a systematic program like this, where you're forced, either you're going to do good or you're going to crash out. Everything else is trap and snares. They make it look so good every single day. It make it look so good, you know what I'm saying? But that's not going to be long term. It's just microwave. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? You think it's good, but behind closed doors, it's full of darkness. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just evil and know how to play good. You know how people, like narcissist people, when they want something really bad, what they do? They love bomb it. They flatter it. They get its attention. You know what I'm saying? And then once they got it, they treat it like crap. You know what I'm saying? Once people get what they want, then they get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? So once you understand that, then you understand that's not love. You know, that's just false projections to reel you in. It's bait. You know what I'm saying? You can't go for the bait. You can't go for the false projections. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad at God how other people in religion is treating you. You get what I'm saying? Oh, I try to go to church, but the people at the church is harassing me. Oh, I'm a good person. Why am I in this program? Oh, there must not be no God. The devil is a lie. There is a God, and there's a God that has unconditional love for you. But the thing about it, we all have the gift of free will. We all have the choice, and we all been sent to this earth of suffering. You know what I'm saying? To this prison planet where even babies die. And people are like, well, why would God allow children to be missing and things like that? You know what I'm saying? Because it says in the Bible that the prince of this world is the devil. You know what I'm saying? So the only way, you know what I mean? We live in a dark world. We live in a world where not everybody's blessed to have 5 senses. Some people are born, mentally retarded. You know what I'm saying? Some people handicapped. You know what I mean? This is the dark world that we live in, from generational curses and all type of stuff. So be fortunate that you're blessed with eyes to see and ears to hear. You know what I'm saying? God is real and God does love you. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Don't let what people do to you, trauma, put darkness in your heart. So now you're miserable and bitter for the rest of your life. Because you could be a passive person and treat people good and still have a bitter and miserable heart. You know what I mean? And that's not the way to go about things. The thing about you got to forgive, you got to purge yourself from the wickedness. And the way you do that is with God. You can't do it on your own. You need God. You know what I'm saying? While you looking at other videos and entertaining stuff, put a little bit of time for God. You know what I'm saying? Watch you a sermon. Do you a little Bible study. Pray. Go to a closet somewhere, cry out to God. You know what I'm saying? Do some type of spiritual activity throughout your day. Give yourself a peace of mind throughout the day after 24 hours of the clock where you can devote a little intimacy with God. You know what I mean? And endure. because everybody's suffering. The grass is not greener on the other side. Don't look at what other people have. It's just illusions and false projections. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I got to go back to work. Peace, family.